So hey, we're down here at the Station Inn, which I call the Fort Knox of the Gulch these days because of all this shit around here that's built up. But I'm here with some of my best musical compadres and best friends ever. Shawn Camp, the great Mike Bubb, and the great Pete Wasner over here. This is original songwriter, guitar player, multi-instrumentalist, upright bass player, and keyboards and songwriter over here. These guys are extremely qualified musicians, and I'm lucky enough to be able to play with them. And so I wanted to ask you guys, what are some of your first memories of the Station Inn?
I remember coming here and with a little band called the Grand Prairie Boys that I was in Arkansas, and we had recorded our first album. We had Sweet Blue Eyed Darling on there with Bill Monroe, and we brought the album in. There was a pool table right here where we're sitting. Bill Monroe was back here, and we were so proud to give him this album. And we were so stupid, we didn't even know to put writer credits on the song. You know, it's like we cut his song, we recorded it, but we didn't even have any clue that we were supposed to put who wrote
Back when
it.
you could just get a record made.
Yeah. And he never said a word. That's mighty good right there. That's a powerful thing. That's a good number right there. And I'm glad you boys are taking it. And if it makes you guys, if it makes you boys do any good, you know, take it and run with it.
Glad to help you.
Yeah, glad to help you. It was really cool. That must have been about 1982.
Wow. You moved to Nashville. How old were you?
I was 20 when I moved. I moved in January of '87.
Wow.
And the stage was over here in the corner at that time. It's moved around, changed around a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, not much has changed in here. Just the back room area and the bathrooms, they kind of redid all that.
Yeah.
But out in the front, everything's pretty much the same as it's been for 40-some years, seems like.
Yeah.
Now, a lot's happened on the outside. We don't have any control over that change.
Would you guys say that this is your favorite venue to play in Nashville?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's always been my favorite too.
Yeah, my life would have been completely different if I didn't have the Station Inn.
Yeah.
Now, when did you move here?
I came in 1989, September of 1989. So now 32 years this year. And played here on Tuesday nights for 16 years with the Sidemen, which was all, it developed over the years, but started out as all the Sidemen on the Opry Bluegrass bands with Bill Monroe, Jimmy Jesse, and the Osborne Brothers. And I kind of worked my way in there and did that for 16 years here. And then here lately, I've played every Monday night for 8 years.
That's right.
Except for 2020, that's a big blank in all of our lives. Well, it's just like a gap, the year that wasn't.
Yeah.
And then were the Sidemen, were some of those the McCurry brothers?
Yeah, Ronnie McCurry and Rob McCurry both came through the band at one time. We had a lot of personnel changes through the years, and a couple of guys have passed away, and others moved on, whatever, you know. But yeah, we made one record and went to Japan on a tour, and then that was our peak, I guess, our peak years in '97, '98.
And then you ended up working with Del McCurry and those guys for how long?
Yeah, we started with Del in '92, played for 13 years with him.
Wow, amazing. And then over here we've got Mr. Pete Wasner. Pete, when did you move to Nashville?
I moved to Nashville in '86, but I came here in 1981 and played with Byron Berline.
Wow.
He came here.
At the Station Inn?
Station Inn and played the Grand Ole Opry. Roy Acuff was still out there. You know. I'd never been to Nashville. I thought, wow, this is cool.
Wow. And then how did you get hooked up with Vince Gill?
I knew Vince out in LA. Playing with Byron. Vince came and sat in. He was in Pure Prairie League and came and sat in with us. And got to know him. I started working with him in '84. Well, even before that. That was like in 1979.
Wow. Yeah, anytime you see Vince Gill on TV or anything, it's him playing with him.
Also, he just posted a great picture of you with Lowell George the other day. And
Yeah.
What years were you working with Lowell George?
That was '79. I met Vince right after Lowell. You know, we were on tour and Lowell died on tour.
Wow.
You were in the band with him when he
Yeah.
died?
Little Feet?
No, it was we were promoting "Thanks I'll Eat It Here," which is a solo record. You know.
Wow.
And so I thought, well, man, I'll never get to work with as good a singer as that. You know. And then about 6 months later, I met Vince. Got up and sang "Bartender